In today's video, we're going to talk about losing stubborn belly fat over the course of 30 days. All right, guys, in today's video, I want to break down the idea of stubborn belly fat, how to lose it. You know, this is a question that I get most frequently, and I've come to a few conclusions, and I've done it over the course of my life. As you saw in the intro of this video, guys, I'm 49 years old. I'm not trying to lose belly fat right now. This is me walking around, and it's because I've figured out a few things, okay? I've figured out how to lose body fat, how to keep it off, and I just want to help you guys. So I want to show you guys the question that we're getting, and we're going to talk about stubborn belly fat and what you can do. So this is Gil. He's currently 185 pounds. He doesn't eat meat. His body looks okay, but he has stubborn belly fat, and he wants to lose 10 pounds of body fat and gain muscle. He's doing myo reps. We'll talk about that. He doesn't count macros. He doesn't need much protein, and he wants to know what he can do within 30 days to get lean or shredded and stay that way year round. So this is it, guys. This is what I want to share with you. I want to show you how to do this. There's no tricks here. I'm a lifetime natural bodybuilder, okay? And what do I mean by that is never taken any steroids, never done any hormones, never done any of that stuff. I just eat pretty good. I train very consistently. And I've been lifting for many years, and I've figured some things out. I used to have these big swings. I used to do the bulk and the cut, and I don't do that anymore. So I want to talk about a few things. First, he brought up the idea of stubborn belly fat. Now, the idea of stubborn belly fat is that it's more stubborn because it sticks around longer. But here's what I truly believe. Belly fat is not stubborn. We are stubborn, okay? Fat cells don't have feelings. They don't have opinions. They are just there as a storage of energy, and they're a representation of how we live our lives, what our genetics dictate. And so when someone comes to me and says they want to lose 10 pounds of stubborn belly fat, it makes me want to say to them, are you willing to stop being stubborn? And the first thing you said to me right out the gate was, you don't track macros, you don't eat meat. And so this tells me you already have some preconceived notions about what you want to do. You also mentioned that you want to add muscle. Well, guess what it takes to build muscle? You need to be eating the appropriate amount of protein. Now, there are varying degrees to which you need that protein, and for that reason, I've built a free calculator, prophysique.com/calculator. You can go there and it's going to give you the macros, the evidence-based, the research has already been done. I've studied it, I've used it on my clients, I've used it on myself, I've tested it out, and it's going to give you the range where your macros need to be for you to do just that. But you're probably not going to do the work. And I'm not saying that to be harsh to you, but it's just something that I've seen over the years. People want the result, they don't want to do the work. And honestly, I was that same guy. I was that same guy at 31. I had been lifting for many years and I looked pretty good. But when I wanted to go to that next level, I had to kind of step out of my own comfort zone. And looking back now, I just think, man, I didn't want to track calories. I just wanted to eat healthy, right? The problem with eating healthy is that there is no accountability to it. You know, and sometimes things that we think are healthy are actually quite calorically dense, and they're not actually what we need to build muscle. And this is, you know, when I hired my first coach, I learned about macros. I learned about how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat I needed to build muscle and keep muscle. And this is it. And this is what I want to teach you guys and show you guys. You mentioned myo reps. And so for those that aren't familiar, myo reps have been around for years. It's just basically an intensity technique where you do a set, you take a very short break, and you do another set, and you take a very short break. And, you know, I've done as many as 3 or 4 myo sets where you take, you take a couple deep breaths and you go again. Think of it like a drop set, right? Sometimes you keep the weight the same, but the idea is that you're getting a lot of volume in a short amount of time by increasing the intensity of that exercise. Instead of just going to failure, you go to failure, you pause for a second, and then you go to failure again. Then you pause for a second, right? So what does this do? Listen, you're gonna get a sick pump, but pumps aren't going to directly relate to progress, okay? What relates to progress more closely is training volume, especially if that training volume is above 60% of your 1 rep max. I know I'm going off the reservation here because this was about stubborn fat, but these are things that I've been doing for more than a decade as a coach, okay? Studying, understanding, and I wanna bring you guys these results. Now, if you guys would like to see me work out in my garage, I can give you like a little 20-30 minute upper body and a lower body, maybe 2 separate workouts. Comment below if you'd be interested in that, because I've been setting this up at my house. Just got done doing a little session myself. That's why I like shooting in here. And I'd like to show you guys just, what you can do. I prefer to go to the gym, but some days, hey, I can get a really good workout in here, because it's not about having a perfect workout some of the time. It's about having really good workouts all the time. The consistency is what matters. So what are the things that are going to determine your ability to lose fat and keep it off? Well, you mentioned you're not tracking macros. And if you're not tracking macros, how do you know that your body is changing for the better? Okay. You might just be cutting out carbohydrates. You might not be getting enough protein. The scale might be going down, but if you're not eating enough protein and you're not training with enough training volume, you're going to lose lean body mass, fat-free mass, muscle, whatever you want to call it. And guess what happens when you do that? You slow your metabolic rate. You actually burn fewer calories. And so there's going to be some adaptations. You didn't mention a ton about cardio. And if you guys know anything about my channel, I got a video, multiple millions of views, about how all I do for cardio is walking. Yeah, I play sports and sometimes I'll go shoot some baskets and I play some tennis, but when I'm trying to get lean, I focus on low intensity, steady state cardio. Why? It's easy to do. It's easy to recover from. It burns fat as fuel. It doesn't leave me hungry, tired, or beat up afterwards. So I can go out and do the things that I want to do. And when you're talking about losing body fat, keeping muscle, there's a little window that we got to operate in here, right? Because you can't just be eating so much that you're in a surplus. You also can't be eating so little and training so poorly that you're losing muscle. So there's a little window to operate in there where you can put on muscle, lose body fat. And if you've been training for a long time, like I have, when I'm trying to get shredded, it's less about putting on muscle and preserving the muscle. Muscle preservation is a lot easier than adding it. So the goal for you should be to find out where your calories are currently. So you said you don't eat meat, you said you don't track your macros. Just plug everything you eat into a calculator for a couple days and get an idea where your calorie range is. You might find out that your calories are too high, too low. And after a week, if you're not losing any weight, if you're not seeing that waist come in, you're not losing body fat. Okay. The favorite thing that I like to do with my clients is measure their waist measurement, because that's honestly where you're going to see for men, the lower back, the lower abdomen. I might be dieting down a little bit this year, guys. I haven't really decided when, but I'm turning 50 this year and I kind of want to get shredded for 50. So I'll document a little bit about that. I'm working on a meal prep video for you guys. I'd love to do some in the gym videos with you guys. So, and if you're looking to get some help, set up a free consultation. I'll put a link below. It's what I really love to do is coach. That's my first job. But through coaching and doing this stuff myself for, gosh, I've been lifting weights for more than 30 years now, and I've been a competitor for more than 15 years. You learn a lot of stuff, and I just love to share that stuff, because when I got into it, I ate this stuff up. So ask me your questions. Let me know how I can help you guys. Hopefully, I'd love to give you specific advice. This question was a little bit vague, but the direction was good. And sometimes you just need a little kick in the ass to take that first step. This is that kick in the ass. If you look good, but you want to look great, you got to stop doing things that are good and do a couple things that are great, and you'll get there. Okay. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.